Hello, Todd Conitzer. I wanted to do a quick video because I have not done a video in a while about stage design. I've been out of the loop for about a year. And so we have had the same stage design now for most of the year. It's April, went up right before Christmas. And they were like, can we do something different? Easter's next weekend, and then we have to have something that can blend into the next series right after Easter. So how do we come up with that? What are we wanting to do? And what I normally do is I start with kind of what our color themes are for the year from the different series of the graphic department, the marketing department has come up with. And then I kind of build on that. That could be used in different events. So here we go. This is what they've given me for Easter. So these are little cards we're handing out for invitations. But as you can see, there's really nothing there that I can go with as far as a theme and as far as coming up with a stage design. So that's out the window. I went to Home Depot, and like I normally do, I walk around and keep in mind what the lighting department might do. I try to keep in mind what happens with sound and reflectivity, things like that. So what I've decided to do after I went and taken a look at some things is I'm going to do something different. I used the cloud design that was in that little Easter thing, and then I looked at the design that they have for the next sermon series. So we're going to use reflectivity panels that you would use for lighting. So like when you walk around your hallways and stuff and you look up and you see the different honeycomb, or this one is actually a, they call it cracked ice. So, and they break really easy. See, I just broke that one. Of course I did. So, this ought to be fun to try to figure out how it's going to work. But this one's called cracked ice, and as you can see, it's cracked. So it'll be something I got to use anyway to see how I can hang it, because it cracks so easy, so I'll figure that out. So this is what I'm going for, because we have the reflectivity of the white honeycomb, and we have the translucency of the plastic. And being cracked ice, I think it'll reflect the light really well. And then from there, I'll see what happens. I got to figure out how I'm going to hang it. I got to figure out the style we're going to hang it, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'll try to keep you up to date as we go and show you the finished product when we're done. What I've learned is to use wire. And so if I'm doing a design, I try to set my, whatever the design is, it's going to have to be spaced out evenly. I set it to 12 inches or 24 or 18. And then I've learned to use wire, because wire, once you do the pattern, it holds its shape. And so now I have something that's 1 foot long and I don't have to sit and measure. And today is day number 2. Yesterday I had about 6 hours in hanging everything, but I thought I'd give you a little more in depth on what we're actually using. So we are using an acrylic lighting panel is what they're called. This one, actually, what I went with was cracked ice clear. And so you can see the texture and the dynamic. So cracked ice clear at Home Depot, I think they're like $14 or $15. When the lights are placed on it, I put actually the rough, there's a smooth and a rough side. I put the rough side out. And then the second element I'm using is, let me go up here. These are also a lighting element that you can get at Home Depot. And they're basically grid squares that you use for lighting. So I think it's going to have a good dynamic between the two, good contrast between the two. They break super easy on the corners. And then I dropped one and it shattered to pieces. So, and they're a little more expensive. So let me kind of go over the element with you real quick. So since I showed you what the Easter logo was going to be like, which was just some colors and some clouds that said Easter, the next series in the messages are something about fools. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's going to be in the same color genre. So the reason I went with a static element that can be changed in the lighting is so it can go for the next series. And then all this will be struck for the next stage design element, which will be windows. So So, and I don't know how that's going to turn out either. But let's talk about this for a second so you can understand dimensions. So here's close up. Again, I just use the hook. And then if you need to make sure they're level, you just adjust these accordingly to make sure that the panel's level. The side's just two. One is against the back curtain, whereas this, we have space behind, so we'll have lighting shooting this way, lighting up through the center. So, and each panel is individually hung. Now what you're asking yourself is okay, how much is this set design? So this set design, by the time it's done, which I think it's given a really cool look to it. Sorry, phone's trying to focus. This actually is going to be, with all the lighting panels and the wire, we're close to $700, I think. The cool part about it is since they're all translucent panels, I can use them in other set designs. So they'll be used in multiple areas, and when you pull it down, they all sit flat, so it's easy to store. And that's key in a church because there's never any storage. We all know that. So there you go. I'll keep you posted as things develop and as we add lights.